Hey everybody, it's Kendra. Welcome to my channel if you're new, and welcome back if you've been here before. So my video today is going to be a gigantic CSA unboxing from the last few weeks. Maybe there are 5 or 6 in here, I don't know how many, just because I film every week and then I forget how many I have done. Anyway, I can tell we are totally getting into peak CSA season, because I swear these bags just keep getting heavier and heavier and heavier. So anyway, lots of good stuff. Let's get into it. All right, so here we are on week 6. Let's take a quick peek. First off, I've got some rhubarb. So we got, what, 5 nice big stalks of rhubarb. I'm actually going up to my parents' house this weekend, and I'm gonna take the whole CSA with. So I think this is probably enough rhubarb for some type of crumble. So I think we'll be doing a crumble this weekend. We also have a bunch of asparagus. This is actually the last week of asparagus for this CSA. So yeah, we've had asparagus every week for 6 weeks. Always lovely. All right, next up we've got some kohlrabi. So I've got 2 of these big old kohlrabis here. These look beautiful. So just like firm, and I know this is gonna be crunchy and delicious. I'll probably just eat these raw, because I do love that nice crunch with kohlrabi, that nice cool crisp crunch. Otherwise you can saute it too. I'm not sure if you can eat the leaves. I need to research that as well, because these are beautiful leaves and I'd be happy to not waste them. All right, also got some green onions this week. These are called potato onions. All right, we also got some cute little broccolis this week. I know they said this is kind of like early broccoli, and that the heads would be small. But aren't they cute? So pretty. We also got a cute little bunch, or bouquet as I like to call it, of baby Swiss chard. So this will be lovely in salad or cooked. We also got some herbs this week. We have this beautiful bunch of dill, and this is so much dill. I'm gonna have to figure out something to do with this, but this is beautiful. I wish I had some cucumbers. I'd make some pickles. Smells so, so, so good. And then we also have another bunch of cilantro. I do love my cilantro. All right, and then like last week, we got this pea vine again. So this is, again, just literally like the top of the pea vine. I had 2 bunches of this last week because my friend gave me hers because she didn't want it. So I did use some of this to put into salads. And then I also made a soup, kind of like a kitchen sink sort of soup. I put in pea vines, I put in the tops of radishes, like radish greens, turnip greens. I had some frozen kale, I put in some sweet potatoes, I put in some frozen peas, like a ton of stuff. It wasn't my best work. It was edible, but I will say I was happy when that soup was done. So I think with this, I'll probably just put this in salads this time around. Next, we've got some garlic scapes. So I believe this is what grows off of garlic when you are actually growing like bulbs of garlic. So the whole thing is edible. I'm not sure what I'll do with this. Probably chop some of it up to saute with some vegetables. I suppose I could do a pesto of sorts with this. We shall see. And then we got some more salad mix. So this is a 6-ounce bag of pre-washed salad mix. You can see it's got like a cute little yellow flower down there. I see a little purple one. So this was lovely last week. Very, very good. I felt like I ate salads all week. And then finally, we got 2 beautiful heads of lettuce. This is their little gem head lettuce. And I think I got this a couple weeks ago, but it was just 1 head and it was very small. So these are beautiful heads of lettuce. Can't wait to just cover this in like lemon juice and a little bit of olive oil. Yum. All right, so that is everything we got in week 6. And here we are, this is the June 25th CSA share. I think this is week 8, 7 or 8, I can't remember. The share we had last week, I did actually film, but then when I went to edit it, I realized that my microphone had a dead battery in it. So it's a nice video of me talking, but no actual sound. So anywho, we're gonna not put that one in, but a lot of the stuff we got last week is actually the same stuff we got this week or the week before. It's kind of like the in-between. Some stuff from, I think, week 6 and some stuff from this week, week 8. So anyway, this is the bag. It's pretty heavy. It's got a big old cabbage in there. So yeah, let's get into it. All right, first we've got a big old head of lettuce. So they say this is either red oak or Boston head lettuce. This, I believe, the one we got is the Boston head lettuce. Last week, for sure, we got the red oak, and it was like really kind of frilly. It almost looked like seaweed. It was very pretty. This is a gigantic head of lettuce. I'm always happy to have lettuce. I'm a salad person. What can I say? Next up, we have a bunch of curly kale, green curly kale. We did have a bunch of lacinato kale last week. And I think I ended up blending that into smoothies most of the time. That's beautiful. And we got strawberries. These are all fogged up. You can't really see them, but they're just these itty bitty berries. They smell so good. And if you've been to France, like, to me, the best strawberries in the world are in France because they have this type called fraise de bois, like, which means like strawberries of the woods, of the forest. And they're small and they are flavorful and they are sweet and they are delicious. So we actually got the same berries last week and I made a salad. Oh, if you need a salad idea, here it is. You know, I use that, the red oak lettuce, so any type of lettuce. We also had arugula in our share last week. It was actually the last week of arugula last week, and I was very sad because I love arugula. So I did those two greens. I cut up all the strawberries, red onion. I toasted some pecans. I put in avocado. I did put in some feta. I think that was everything for the salad. And then I made a dressing with like lemon juice, balsamic, olive oil, some Dijon mustard, some herbe de Provence, salt, pepper. Oh my gosh, it was fabulous. I took it over for a dinner that we had at a friend's place and I forgot to take a photo. So I'm gonna have to recreate it minus the arugula because we don't have arugula this week. But anyway, these strawberries, oh my God, magnifique. All right, we've also got some broccoli. We did have broccoli a couple weeks ago. These are getting pretty big. These are nice big heads of broccoli. All right, we've gotten more garlic scapes. So I believe this is our third week of garlic scapes. The first week I just kind of chopped them up and put them into stuff like sauces or salads. This week I actually have all the garlic scapes from last week still and these. So I think I'm gonna make a big batch of garlic scape pesto, and then using some of that pesto, I'm going to make hummus and put some of that pesto into the hummus. So it'll be like garlic scape pesto hummus. All right, next we have some purple scallions. Smells so good. Those are so pretty. All right, we got another bunch of cilantro. I'm always happy to have cilantro. Oh, that cilantro is so flavorful. Yum. And I'm really happy because now, actually, I was just at our co-op yesterday and all of the flat leaf Italian parsley, all of the cilantro, the dill, I think there were a couple other herbs, but they're all coming from Harmony Valley, which is our CSA farm. So excited. Their quality is so good and it's fresh and you know it's like, it hasn't been in transit for days. All right, next we have some zucchinis. My gosh, how do they already have zucchinis this big? That's crazy. We've also got some rhubarb. So I believe this is the third week of rhubarb. I made a strawberry rhubarb crumble, and I ended up eating that in 3 sittings because it was so tasty, and then I had a bad stomach ache each time. I just can't resist. I can't help myself when it comes to rhubarb. And then actually today, I'm gonna use some of these berries, some of this rhubarb, or some of the rhubarb from last week, to make a sauce for a gluten-free vegan cheesecake. And then finally, this cabbage. This is their tiara salad cabbage. So they said that this type of cabbage is meant to be sweeter, and I think maybe not as like more tender than most cabbages. So I think they say like you can cook with this or you can just use it for salads. And look at that, that is a big old sucker. That's like the size of my head. But anywho, that was everything from this week, I believe week 8. All right, and here we are, week 9 of the CSA. I swear these bags keep getting heavier and heavier and more packed. So I feel like this week is a nice kind of transitional week. We've got a few things that we've had before, but really a lot of what we got this week is brand new. So first off, we've got some green zucchinis. All right, and we've also got some garlic scapes and some scallions. They did actually say that this is the last week for garlic scapes, so I should figure out something special to do with those. Then we've got these pretty purple scallions and then these white scallions. All right, so now we're kind of getting into some of the new stuff. So this is a cabbage. We did get a cabbage last week, but this is a different variety. So this is called a sweetheart salad cabbage. I might actually use these leaves to make a batch of galumpki, which is a Polish dish. It's basically like stuffed cabbage leaves. Very, very delicious. And then next we have this gigantic head of lettuce. So this is called red Batavia lettuce. So I think we've gotten lettuce in some form pretty much every week, or definitely some type of greens, but we have not had this particular type of lettuce. So I think a salad is coming my way very, very soon. All right, next we got some cucumbers. So we have a green cucumber and then a silver slicer, this guy is called. And next we've got these gigantic collard greens. So I am thinking I'm gonna use these to make some type of wrap. Maybe I'll make some type of hummus or some sort of thicker kind of dressing or spread. Put that on there and then maybe chop up a bunch of veggies and wrap that up. Alrighty, next up we have some fennel. So I'm not gonna lie, I was a little bit intimidated when I saw 2 things of fennel in the CSA. I was expecting only 1. I'm not super accustomed to cooking with fennel, so I need to do my fennel research this week, but I know that you can eat it raw or cooked, so I think I'm definitely gonna use some of this to just kind of slice it up really thinly, put it on a salad. I don't know, I'll figure something out. All right, next up we've got a bag of sugar snap peas. I'm very excited, it's pea season. I love peas. I love peas in their pod. Oh, yum. And finally, we have this gorgeous bunch of beets with the greens still attached. I am definitely going to juice the greens. I know beet greens have a really high amount of iron in them. So sometimes if I have beet greens, I'll saute them, but I just have been feeling kind of low energy recently. So I think I'm gonna juice these babies tomorrow. All right, so there you go. That is everything we got from week 9. All right, so here we are with week 10. I think this is week 10. We got another heavy bag. Let's see what we got. All right, so first thing, we got some broccoli. Not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest broccoli person, so I think I'm gonna saute this and add in a bunch of like curry sauce and spices to just kind of hide the flavor of broccoli, and I'll use the stems. I'm just not a broccoli person, but I wanna use it. All right, and along with the broccoli, we got some cauliflower, and I am not a cauliflower person either. But I think I'm gonna turn this into cauliflower rice. I think I'll do cauliflower rice with this and then use that to put the curry on top of. I will find a way. All right, and then we got this, which is amaranth. So isn't that gorgeous? Look how pretty that is. This bright red, God, I hope you can see this. It's like this gorgeous fuchsia. So I believe that this is full of vitamins, apparently. I think you're supposed to use it cooked. Let's take a little taste. I did taste this before. It's not very good. It's very, it's very bitter. Oof. Hopefully this is better cooked because raw it is, it's potent. But yeah, apparently you can use the leaves and part of the stems. I'll put a picture in here of whatever I do with this. I think maybe I'll add this to my veggie curry because this is definitely not gonna go in salads because it is real strong. Next up, we got some green onions, some nice scallions, 2 bunches. Alrighty, and next up we've got some green beans. This is a pretty good sized bag of beans. So I think I'll probably do maybe half of these cooked, like steamed, lightly steamed. And then the other half, I think I'm gonna slice kind of like like the long way. I saw a recipe for this gorgeous raw bean salad. I just need to find it again. If I do find it and make it, I'll put a picture in here. And finally, garlic season has started. We got 1 bulb of fresh garlic. I don't know if I've ever really used fresh garlic before, so it smells great. I'm excited to try that. Alrighty, next up we've got some more fennel. We had fennel last week. These are, cute, smaller fennels. They're not super crazy big, which is good because I'm not the biggest fennel person. So last week I made a salad with fennel. I did fennel, I think I kept some fennel raw and I sauteed some, and then I did beets, like some cooked beets, some raw beets, and then quinoa and like parsley and a whole bunch of other stuff. It was really, really lovely. So I might do that again. I need to figure out if you can use the fronds. I think you can. I need to research that. And then again, like last week, we got another thing of beets. So last week I did juice all of the beet greens, and then I used the beets in that beet salad. So I'll probably do the same thing again this week. All right, next up we've got some zucchinis. I got 2 zucchinis this week. I still have 2 zucchinis left from last week. So I think tonight I'm gonna do bibimbap, which is a Korean dish. It's awesome. It's like a big veggie dish. So I think for that, I'm going to saute these lightly with some type of spices. I gotta check the recipe again. All right, and then finally, we got some more cucumbers. So I believe the white ones are, again, the silver slicers, and then we've got these cute little green ones. So that was everything for the CSA this week. And I do wanna mention a cookbook because I got this cookbook a couple months ago and I just love it. I don't really buy cookbooks that often anymore. I generally just check them out from the library, but this is one I checked out from the library and then I knew I had to have it. So it's called At Home in the Whole Food Kitchen by Amy Chaplin. This book is amazing. It's all like vegetarian or vegan recipes. So I've been super inspired by this book for doing like all of my CSA cooking because there's, you know, sometimes there's stuff and I don't know what to do with it. And I look in there and I get an idea and I kind of work with what I have. So anywho, if you are looking for a really good vegetarian, vegan cookbook, or if you just want to like bring in more like veg into your life, this is gorgeous. It's thick, it's beautiful. I mean, look at all these. These are all my like notes, like everything I want to make. All right, let's get into our CSA bag from this week. Lots of good stuff. I already have so many ideas about what I'm gonna do with all of this. First up, we have some fennel. This is a beautiful, very large bulb of fennel. So actually every time I have gotten fennel from the CSA, I have been making a quinoa salad. So I do quinoa, I saute some onions and garlic, and then the fennel. I put beets in there, like I'll do maybe half raw beets, half cooked beets, chop those babies up, some type of herbs, whatever herbs I have in the fridge or in the balcony, and then like, you know, olive oil, maybe some lemon juice, a little feta, yum. So that is what I have been doing with the fennel. I was pretty freaked out about the fennel before, but now I feel like I have a pretty solid recipe that's just in my brain and I just kind of know how to use fennel. All right, we did get another bunch of amaranth. I will say I'm not excited about this. Amaranth is really bitter and I just don't know what to do with it. This is like, the way I feel about amaranth now is the way I felt about fennel about a month ago. I know it's supposed to be super nutritious and it sure is pretty, but you've got to cook this because raw, it is like so bitter. I made a curry with it the other week we got it. And I mean, you make curry, like you can disguise the flavor of anything. But this week, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with my amaranth. All right, we also got some cauliflower. Not gonna lie, I'm not the biggest cauliflower person, but I am going to visit my parents very soon, so they're gonna get my cauliflower. All right, we also got some cucumbers. We've been getting cucumbers like every week, which is great. I have been making so many Greek salads, and I've been putting a lot of cucumbers in water. Cucumber water, call me a diva, but that stuff is delicious. All right, we also got a nice big bag of beans. We've got some green and yellow beans. All right, next up, we've got a little bunch of onions. So these are called like purple cipollini or cipollini. I think it's cipollini because they're Italian, I believe. Yeah, very, very pretty. I love red onions. I go through so many red onions. We've also got a little bulb of fresh garlic. We got a bag of potatoes. So I think they're probably about, maybe there's a pound of potatoes in here. Got some nice, pretty, aren't they pretty? Kind of red, but they also are kind of pink. Beautiful. We actually got potatoes last week and I did not film last week and I made a cold potato salad. It was so good. Yum. See, it just keeps going and going and going, I swear. We got some more zucchinis. So we have 2 green zucchinis, and this I believe is an Italian zucchini. I'm also gonna take these up north to visit my parents, and yes, I'm taking the zucchinis to visit my parents. Hi, parents. My parents have a grill, and I love grilling zucchini. All right, we got 2 ears of corn. I think I might also grill these. I like corn on the cob that, you know, has that nice little charred outside to it. All right, we also got some tomatillos. I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I have ever used a tomatillo, ever gotten a tomatillo, because I haven't yet used it. I think I'm gonna make salsa. I know my other friend who does the CSA, she always makes tomatillo salsa when they get their tomatillos. And the last thing in the CSA is a jalapeno. So I'm thinking of doing the tomatillos, the salt, the jalapeno, the garlic, and the red onions. At least a couple of the red onions, not all of them. Yeah, if you guys have any tomatillo advice, please send that my way. All right, so that is everything from this week. All right, so there you go. That is what we have been getting the last few weeks, and you know, some photos of stuff I have made with this stuff. I really try to not waste anything. There have been a couple things I have not gotten to, but in general, I do feel like I'm really keeping up with the CSA very well. My girlfriend who also does a CSA, she and I have definitely discussed the concept of CSA fatigue. And I feel like I'm good now. For a couple weeks, I was kind of over the CSA and I just felt overwhelmed with all the stuff we were getting, but now like I'm back to how I had been. So anyway, I hope you guys are doing great, having a wonderful summer, but staying safe, staying sane, all that. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video.